so everybody's flat iron should be hot. So you guys probably are used to, I don't know, not using a comb when you flat iron. You probably are used to just grabbing sections and going like this. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, that is not correct. And you guys are never going to do that again. So with a flat iron, we always are going to use the comb as the guide. Again, it doesn't matter if you use the rat tail or the carbon cutting comb. We're going to start from the bottom to the top. It doesn't matter if you start in the front or the back, just as long as it's bottom to the top. And we're going to take 1/2 inch subsections. And keep things really neat, horizontal subsections. I have my flat iron. I have the teeth up. Start at the scalp. So really important, if you turn the iron away from you, you're going to get a line that shows up right about here. Okay. You want to keep the hair down at an angle like this. You don't want to lift the hair. Again, you'll get a line. So you really want to be careful with the initial position of your flat iron. Start at the scalp really smoothly, go all the way down and do a slight bend at the end. Grab it again, smooth, and a little bend at the end. Okay. Nice smooth movements all the way down. I'm going to grab the hair again with the teeth on my comb. You guys see that bend still at the end?
Yes.
Okay, so I say the magic number is 4. I go over the hair 4 times. And please notice everything is smooth and just a little bend at the end. It's a little bend of the wrist, just a slight. Okay. I'm going to take another section, going up 1/2 inch. And again, please notice the bend at the end. And I'm kind of directing it away from the face. And you can already see this added a little bit more shine and smoothness, right? I'm going to grab my other section, comb through it once to make sure the tangles are all out. Teeth are facing up. I'm going to start all the way at the scalp area, follow it down, doing a slight bend at the end, grabbing the hair again with my comb, not my hand. So I'm going to follow it all the way down.
Is it supposed to bend towards the face or away from the face? Because mine's kind of bending towards the face.
The direction of the iron?
No, just the bend of it.
The bend? That's up to you. I'm directing mine back.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go up again, take another 1/2 inch subsection. I'm going to try to make sure you guys can see my wrist, or I may move her to the side. Okay, again, comb through it once. Start at the top. And again, I'm always grabbing that the strand of hair with my comb, not my hands. And take another 1/2 inch subsection. And your section should not be wider than 3 inches. Always starting at the top, the scalp area. Now, as we move up the head, these sections get longer. So what do you think we're going to do?
Divide them in half.
Divide it in half. Yep. I'm going to start in the back. Comb through the section first. Start all the way at the top. Using your comb as your guide. Again, just a really slight bend of the wrist at the end. And again, see, this is what I like to see. I like to see the haircut. I like to see the layers and the movement and the way the hair should be styled. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Again, this is going to be a little long, so I'm going to divide it into 2. Comb through the section first. If you want, you can hold on to this very first section so you get more tension.
I got a question.
Sure.
What do you do when the hair falls out of your comb? 'Cause I know we pick it up with our comb, but I'm having a struggle doing that without hitting the other sections.
What do you mean without hitting? Well, you have to keep the sections isolated. And you know that you're taking a 1/2 inch subsection each time. So you can just, I guess, get your section, your 1/2 inch subsection. Moving up the head. This also is too long. I'll divide it into 2. And again, I'm directing the hair away from the face. But if you feel like it looks better toward the face, you can do that too. And then I'm at my last subsection at the top. This is also longer. So I'm going to divide it in two, working from the back to the front. And again, for this very first one, I like to hold the hair with my hands to get more tension. And then when you run your fingers through the hair, it should be even smoother than it was with the blow dry. I'm going to try to turn her to the side to show you the angle of, or the position of my wrist. I'm just seeing if you can see. You guys can see, right? My wrist well enough?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's a good angle too.
What was that?
I was just saying that's a good angle to like show.
Oh, okay. I'll keep it like this then. Let me move her back towards me. Okay. I just want to see that. I want you guys to see the bend in my wrist. So it's not too, you guys aren't doing too much. So again, I comb through it once. And then I like to hold it here to get more pressure up here. Even if you just do it out about 4 inches, this is an area that gets frizzy, right? This scalp area. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my comb. Nice and smooth. And then just a slight bend. Regroup the hair. Nice, it's straight, and then just a slight bend. Can you guys see my wrist?
It kind of cuts out.
All right, here. Let me try this.
That's better.
You guys saw that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Go up another 1/2 inch. Actually, that's a little bit more than 1/2 inch. So you don't want to be in a rush. You want to do this correctly. Comb through it once first. And again, I like to hold the hair with tension to get this area nice and smooth. Then I go back in there with my comb, teeth up. Use your comb as a guide. Little bend at the bottom. And I only want to have the hair that's in this subsection in the comb. You want to keep your sections again nice and neat. This section's a little long. I'm going to divide it in half. So again, I want to show you, I don't want to, once I have the iron here, I don't want to lift the hair up like that. I want to almost keep it down, right? So there's no crease. And again, I don't want to turn my iron away from me. I want it more like you're going under, where you're going to get a line of demarcation. Which your client probably won't see because it's at her scalp, but you guys will see it. And please make sure you're taking only 1/2 inch subsections. Make sure your subsections are not too long. Make sure they're not falling out of the flat iron. I think someone's not muted. Oli, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. Another reason you want to use your comb to pick up the hair instead of your hands is the hair gets really hot.
Ugh, I hate when I'm straightening my own hair and I burn myself with
Mm-hmm.
how I burn.
And I have a couple scars on my arms from using a curling iron and rushing. Then when you're done, you guys can turn off your flat iron and plug in your curling iron. So this is how the flat iron should look. And it's really similar to how the volume blow dry. See, she still has volume. She still has bend on the ends, but it just looks just a bit smoother. The thermal curl is a staplered operation. You only are required to do 2 curls on the top, 2 on the side. But one of the first thing that's required is that you test your temperature, the temperature of your iron prior to touching the hair, okay? So we use a Sanix. We only do this once. This is going to be part of your setup when we do thermals. You just simply clamp the iron on top of the Sanix and remove it. If it's discolored at all, that means it's too hot and you need to wait, give some time for the iron to cool down. But if it's not, it's good to go. And then when you're done with the Sanix, you would throw it in the trash. So I'm going to do the right side. The reason, and I'm going to start in the back. The reason is because when I start to curl, this is going to get in the way. So if I go in the front first and then do the back, this is going to mess up my curls here. Okay. So that means if you guys flat iron the right side of your doll head and you're curling the left, you want to start in the front and then move to the back. Okay. But if you, like me, flat iron the left side of your doll head and are curling the right, you're going to start in the back at the bottom. Again, if you're doing the left side, you're going to start in the front at the bottom. And again, we're working from the bottom to the top. The subsections are very important. And I'm going to be able to tell if your curls are on base and if your subsections are too wide based on your subsection. What size of iron is this? How many inches? 3/4 inch. So the width from the top parting into the bottom parting should be no wider than 3/4 of an inch. The length should be no greater than 3 inches. Okay, that's very important. I'm going to take my first subsection at the bottom. So being that it's a 3/4 inch iron, a full rotation to get a full curl under is about 3 inches. So if we go out and then in, that's going to give us a full rotation. With this iron, we want to stay as close to the scalp as possible to get a complete curl. I'm going to tilt the head down a little bit. I have my comb in my hand. Okay, I'm trying to get, I think I need to change the angle. So again, this is an on-base curl, or that's the goal. So when we curl, we're over directing the hair up. And again, the goal is to look like the curl is in between the top and bottom parting. I'm gonna comb through it. The shell is on top. We're gonna be curling under, which means you're gonna be going towards you. This is the movement of the wrist, okay? Shell always starts on the top. Again, just so you don't get a crease from the shell on the top, you're gonna hold the hair down, not up. You're gonna get a crease if you do that, down. So I'm gonna clamp onto the section, go up about 4 inches, wrap the hair around as you go before you go under. Okay, so now I'm back to the starting position. I'm gonna click it, little clicks up, tiny. You can see the iron just going small, small, until I can, about 4 inches out again, wrap the ends around once, roll under to the base. I'm gonna, again, so this is, there's tension now. So I have to work my hand. I'm gonna, hold on, turn so you can see. I'm pushing down about 4 inches. I'm always holding the ends, wrap the ends around once, roll all the way down to the base. Again, maintaining control at the ends, always, until you cannot hold them any longer. Go all the way under, but look, see the ends are still sticking out. So I'm gonna use my comb to make sure the ends are all under. Protect the scalp with your comb. And now I'm gonna hold on to this curl with the teeth, little clicks to remove my iron, and there's the curl. And the hair is really long right now, so it's going to fall out a little bit because of the length. That's normal, okay? So that's your curl. I'm gonna go up another 3/4 of an inch. So if you just wanna watch me right now, you can do that. Okay, here we go. I have the comb in my hand, always. Shell on the top. Put the hair down, close it, really smooth movements, go up, over direct it, about 4 inches out, wrap the ends around once, go all the way under to the base and pause for a couple seconds, holding the ends, little clicks up, again, about 3 to 4 inches, wrap the ends around once, roll down to the base. Again, I'm holding onto the ends always. Again, I'm pushing, there's a lot, it's taking a lot of tension right now. Working those muscles. Wrap the ends around once, roll it down under to the base, pause. See the ends, they're still, I can still control them. Click up. Again, you can see my hands, the hand fingers I use. Go under, I can't, this is too short for me to hold, but I know the ends are not under yet. So tiny, tiny clicks. I'm moving still under. As I click, I'm rolling under because all those ends need to be inside the shell. Protect the scalp. Pause a little bit and then hold on to this curl And that's it. And again, you can just watch me right now if you want. Can be hard. So I'd rather you really watch me, not assume you know how to do this. I want you to do it correctly. I'm going to take another 3/4 inch parting. Again, I'm still good right now with the length. The next section, I'm going to have to divide it into 2. Hold the hair down, close the iron, go up about 3 inches, wrap the ends around only one time, roll under to the base. Again, always back to the starting position, and the shell should be on the top if possible. Go up about 3 to 4 inches, wrap the ends around once, and roll under to the base. This is your starting position, shells on top. You have control of the ends. You're at the base. Click it up. Roll, wrap the hair around once only and down to the base. And if the shell is not on the top, just open it up a little bit so it is. Still can have control of the ends. Click it up. Go under, but again, my ends are still sticking out. So I'm going to use my comb, just little clicks as I keep rolling under until I do not see those ends any longer. Protect the scalp. And then holding on to that, little clicks. And there's your curl. Moving on to the next section. And again, if you notice, this is too long. So I'm going to divide it into 2. It's still only 3/4 of an inch wide. I'm going to divide it in 2, working from the left to the right. If you're in the front, you have to divide it into work from the, yeah, you're still doing left to the right. Okay, so I'm going to comb it over, directing it a bit up. Hold the hair down, clamp the iron, go up about 3 to 4 inches. Wrap the ends around once, roll under once to the base. Maintaining control, click up. About 3 inches, enough to get a full rotation and have the shell back on top. Wrap the ends around, roll under. So you're only going out enough to get a full rotation back to the starting position. Click it up, wrap the ends around once, roll it under. And just pause, click it up, wrap the ends around, or roll it under. And again, the ends are still sticking out. So again, I'm gonna tiny clicks as I still roll under. Still going under. I think those ends are in now. Protect the scalp. Hold on to this section so you have a complete curl and remove the comb. And do this next section. And I'll show you what it should look like from the side. Okay. And again, you want to try to keep these curls complete. The length at the bottom, the ones at the bottom will kind of fall out, but these should not as much. I'm going to take another 3/4 inch subsection. This also will have to be divided in two because it's too long. Hold the hair down, go up, smooth, nice and smooth. Wrap the hair around, roll under to your starting position. Click the hair up. Roll the ends around, roll under. And again, you really want to make sure you have the right temperature or the hair will not hold a curl. Always maintaining control of the ends until you cannot hold them any longer. And then you just stay at the base and do little clicks as you still roll the iron under. I feel like I need to make my iron a little hotter. There's quite a few of these rows in the back where you're going to have to divide it into two. And once you guys get used to this, it's going to become a fluid motion. So you're still going to click up because there's tension, but the wrapping and the going under will happen more fluidly. And you want to make sure all the hair that you pick is in this curl, that you comb everything nice and smooth. Sorry, this tripod's getting in my way a little bit.
Now, when we split the section in half, does it matter if we do like the front one or the back one?
What do you mean the front one or the back one?
Like, okay, so you take your parting
Mm-hmm.
and it's too long for just one
Right.
section. So you do it in half. Does it matter if you do the first one? Does that make sense?
You mean the left or the right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It because remember this handle is going to get in the way.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, again, no longer than 3 inches. This one I don't have to divide in half. Go up. So you can get a full rotation, wrap the ends around, and go back to your start position. Click up. So again, these little ends are sticking out. So little tiny clicks. If you do too big of clicks, you're going to lose control of the entire curl. And then hold on to the hair with the teeth slightly so you get that complete curl. And as you move up to the head, they will stay more complete because the hair is supporting the weight of the hair of the curl on the top. You want to make sure you don't get wider again than 3/4 of an inch on the top. It will be tempting because these sections get narrower and narrower. The last section is actually going to be in the shape of a triangle, but that's fine. You don't want a big triangle. You still do not want it wider than 3/4 of an inch. right, 1 second.
That's for
Okay.
okay, bye.
So I'm at my last curl on the top. You guys don't feel rushed. And then when I'm done with this one, I'm going to watch how you guys are doing.
Once we're done with one section, can we move on to the next? Because I started in the front.
Okay. What? Oh, are you doing the left side of the head?
Yeah, I did the left side.
Oh, good. Yes, you can.
Okay.
As long as you're feeling confident, you can curl the entire side. You can complete the side. So we're always, for the assessment, going to flat iron half the head and curl half the head. And what I mean by half the head, I mean by the entire left or the entire right. Okay, someone needs to mute themselves.
Sorry, I have a question.
Oh, sure.
How long should the hair be on the head? Like the heat? How
Oh.
long, like the time limit?
So everything's nice and smooth. And then when you get down to the base, hold it about like 3 to 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And then go up again, roll it down. Once you're at that starting position at the base, hold it like 3 seconds.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so this is kind of what the top looks like.